Welcome back everyone to Neo Racing. We are at Imola in the Ginetta G55 for round 6 of our GT3 Championship on Project Cars 2. We've got a few more people joining us this time, quite a few more teams. I'll get round to them as we go through the race. As we go, lights out and away we go. Going down towards the first corner, Neo Stig, one of the new guys on pole position, was on pole position next to Neil. We come down, we've got an incident already. Flying Flapper and Jamo take each other out. Jamo keeps going, Flapper's turn around. I think that's Bidster's turn round as well. So Bidster must have got involved in something. So there'll be a few replays on that. Right guys, here's a replay of the turn 1 incident. We've got Flying Flapper in the black car in front. And then him and Jamo move together and hit each other. They just moved across at the same time. Wanted the same bit of time. Like there's Bidster spinning off. The back end just went light on his car. So that was from Stevie's point of view. Here's the first corner incident on board with Footman as you see Jamo and Flying Flapper there go together, come around, and then Footman's very lucky to avoid it all. There's Bidster going round. And here's the view from on board with Footman again, but from the chase camera. So you can see Jamo going round, and then they both move towards the middle, take each other off. Round goes Flying Flapper, Jamo's taking out every single board he wants. There goes Bidster off. That's another angle on that. Meanwhile, as we come down towards Villeneuve chicane, we've got Jamo side by side with Blakeney. As we go into, a little tap from Blakeney to make good friends, and Jamo's off into the kit. Lil Yam spills, turns round, and Jamo's having to defend from Callum Banks now. As they go, power up the hill as we rejoin the leaders. Neil Farmax took the lead from Neo Stig. Neo Stig's lagging a bit, but it don't look like it's going to affect him too much at the minute. As we work his way down towards, down the hill, and up. Through this tight section, Neil runs a bit wide. Neo Stig can sense an opportunity, but Neil says, no you don't, Sunshine, and pushes him onto the grass. As you go down towards the Variante Alta chicane. And Neo Stig's lagging a bit, but he's got through the inside then. Lag and contact. I don't know whether he should keep that position there because there was quite a lot of lag, but we'll see how things pan out. Anyways, we've got Neil and TY going side by side down the hill towards the last couple of corners. And Neil keeps ahead of TY, so battle of Team Blue there. So Neo Stig in the lead, he's on Team Red, which is a new team. His teammate is Flying Flapper, who was so involved in that incident at the first corner. Here's an onboard from the first lap on board with Neil. We've got Neo Stig side by side, he goes almost straight on, and then the lag makes him turn, and then bang, bang, and then just drives off into first. Let's see how everyone else is doing. We've got Stevie and TY look like they're going to go side by side into the first corner, so we'll have a look at this. Stevie's in the slipstream of TY. Good to see Stevie up this end of the field in Team Yellow. In towards the Tamburello chicane. Used to be a flat out left back in the day, but then after the Senna accident of '94 they changed it to a chicane. Don't get me wrong, it's still a fantastic set of corners, and Neil's gone wide, Neil's off, Neil's gone wide, so Stevie looks like he's going to go through to second here. Is he? Yep, Stevie goes through. He's running a bit wide though. Neil might fight back. As we have a look into the hairpin at the far end of the circuit, and I think Stevie's just about to hang on to it. Neil's not giving up though as they head up the hill. Still side by side, TY's standing by in the background in case any of them make a mistake, but nope, Stevie's through to second place. Meanwhile, let's have a look at another couple of the battles down the track. We've got Blakeney there ahead of Jamo after being involved in that first corner incident with this man Flying Flapper. As we go back to Neil's run wide, and TY's just a bit of contact there, but Neil's run wide and TY's took advantage of his teammates' mistakes, so TY moves up to third place now. Stevie's still in second. Let's have a look and see what other battles are happening down here. So we've got there's Blakeney in the Team White. Now things have strung out a bit, let's run you through a couple of the different teams. So we've got Neo Stig there in Team Red, and his teammate there behind Seek One, who's another one of the new teams. There's Flying Flapper in Team Red. Seek One, we've got a couple of Belgian guys joined us, welcome to them. Seek One there, number 6, in 6th place. As we've got Oh, we've got Footman and TY going side by side. We'll get back to the teams in a minute. Footman and TY, and Footman's another one of the new guys who's running for. He's not in a team at the minute because he was the only one without a teammate. But still running well for individual points as he goes up the inside of TY into Tamborello chicane, and I think TY's gone round by himself. Seat 1 goes round as well. Got took out in that incident. There he is, recovering. Jamo's thinking, hey, it's Christmas, I've got opportunities. And a little bit of contact with Flapper again as they go down towards the Villeneuve chicane. Who's going to take advantage? Flying Flapper does, because he's on the inside, takes the advantage. Oh, I think we've got a... Where's Seat 1 gone? There he is. Must have gone off at that other... No, I'm sure another car went off there. We'll get a replay on that anyway. As they come up the hill, there's Callum Banks, who's another new guy. He's been in the GT Sport Championship, and now he's on the Project Cars 1. He's under pressure from Seek 1, the new Belgian guy, and his teammate back here, Lil. There he is. And Bidster making a comeback after his faux pas at the first corner. As we've got two cars side by side there, we've got... I think that's Callum trying to defend from Seat 1, who's behind Blakeney as well. We've got two side by side into the chicane as well. There's Flapper just recovering from there, and then we've got... Seat 1 goes up the inside of Callum last minute, and I think Seat 1 come off worse than that. TY's recovering back there as well. Head down the hill towards the last couple of corners. TY runs a tad wide there. He's got to be careful for Callum pouncing on him. Doesn't want to make too many errors. Unfortunately, Jay Hughes is missing from today because of personal circumstances, but should be hopefully be back next time. Seat 1 takes advantage of Callum's mistake there. You can just see there, Callum takes advantage of the mistake. And they go into Tamborello chicane. TY's on the inside defending. Seat 1 tries to keep with him around the outside, but we're never going to work into there. Never going to work. As we've got Bidster closing up on these guys now. There he is, Bidster closing up on these lot after his faux pas at the first corner. He's been having a few car issues, and someone goes wide there. I think that was, Callum, your seat went wide there, and Bidster's took another place, back up to 10th place now. On the move. They come up the hill. So we've got a few new team members in this one. Callum and Footman are the two of the teams in it. They're a team black. There we go. And there's Bidster going round, catching Seek 1. Got a little bit of a battle ahead, I think. We've got TY trying to put some pressure on Blakeney. We'll have a look at this into the chicane. They'll have a peek back at the Seek Bidster battle. But nothing changed between the Blakeney TY operation there as we go back to Bidster and Seat 1, and they're all good as well. Let's have a look down here. We've got Footman off, and Flying Flapper says, "Thank you very much, my friend. I will take that position," and moves himself up into 4th place. Meanwhile, TY and Blakeney side by side. So Blakeney must have made a mistake into the previous corner as they go side by side out the corner again. And a little bit of contact there. And as they go down the straight, just a little tap to make good friends. As they come down towards the Tamborello chicane, TY's just got a slight overrun, and he's on the right, and he's on the correct side of the track for Tamborello itself as well as Bidster in the background, side by side with Seat 1. Is he going to outbrake him into the chicane? Yes, he does. So another position gain for Bidster. Good move. And Callum's going to be ready to take any opportunity he can as we look down into the Villeneuve chicane again. There's TY ahead of Blakeney, so TY is still ahead of Blakeney. He's got all that sorted. Meanwhile, Neo Stiggs pulled out an 8-second gap on Stevie in 2nd place, so Neo Stiggs really on it, one of the new guys. There will be a different structure after this because a few people, not saying any names, but a few people had quite an excessive amount of practice time, while other people, we have jobs and we were out at work, etc. So it's not really fair for someone to get 3 or 4 hours practice and everyone else just lets you come on and race. So there'll be a different format for next time for picking tracks. No one will know the track until the last minute. track or car combo until the last minute. It will be a GT3 car still for the GT3 Championship, but it will be and it will still be a 45-minute endurance race at next time, but it will not be at the scheduled one that we have on the Championship. It will be different. So, here we go. Jamo makes a little mistake out the chicane. Will Bids to be able to pounce here. Bids is looking to make more positions back after his dreadful start. He's looking one way. Jamo defends. Oh, Seat 1's lost control. Was he hit by Callum? We'll get a replay. Right, here's a replay of what happened between Callum and Seek on lap 6. As Callum gets a good run out the chicane, he's going to go side by side with Seek. But Seek knows, Seek just comes across and I think takes himself off. I think in my opinion that was Seek's fault, not Callum, but unfortunately Callum retired after that because he felt as though it was his fault. So I think that was Seek for moving across, in my opinion. But meanwhile, there's Bidster trying to catch Jamo. As we look at TY trying to catch this man, Footman. And then, looks like we've got a bit of a battle on for second. Second place is quite close. So Stevie's lost a bit of ground to Neil there. So Neil's on catch up, wanting to get that second place back. As we go into the hairpin at the far end of the circuit, making his way back up the hill. Let's have a quick peek back at, we've got cars with, Jamo's off. We've got cars everywhere, so we'll try and get some replays of what happened there. Here's an incident that happened at the start of lap 6 that we didn't see. Jamo and Blakeney just come together, make contact on the straight, and then bang, the magnetic effect takes effect. Bidster has nowhere to go. Jamo's hurtling backwards. And onto Tamburello. That's the quickest reverse I've ever seen into Tamburello. There's Blakeney recovering. Bidster's recovered there as well. Oh, Blakeney reverses dangerously onto the track and almost takes out Seat 1 in the process. And then spins round again. So that's what happened there. Here's another angle of that incident from on board with Bidster. So you can see Jamo and Blakeney and then just want the same piece of track and bang! Bidster has nowhere to go, clatters into Blakeney. No one could react in time to that. And unfortunately that's what happened from Bidster's point of view. You can see Jamo's over there in the distance. And here's on board with Seat 1 just coming up to the scene of that incident. And just after see Bidster's recovering there slowly. Then Blakeney's reversing, and almost takes Seat 1 out. But after all that, even being involved in the incident, Bidster moves up to 7th place. Behind him, Seat 1 trying to get pulled along by Bidster. As we look at the battle for second place, it seems to be hotting up here. Neil's on the back of Stevie, trying to put him under some pressure. Into the chicane. Working the way down the hill. Looks like nothing's going to close up just yet. So we'll see what other battles we've got on track at the moment. Up there's a very misshaped Ginetta in the shape of Blakeney's car. So there's Blakeney's battered G55, and there's Jamo's battered G55, who were involved in that incident at Tamburello. So unlucky for them, but hopefully they can get back on the pace. Bidster's there, he's on catch up to try and catch this man TY, but there's still a bit of a gap between them. Meanwhile, we've got Stevie and Neil still close as ever, battling out for that second place. It's good to see Stevie up this end of the field. As we go through out of Tamburello, down towards the Villeneuve chicane. Again, used to be a flat out just a slight little curve, and then into the hairpin, but it was deemed too fast after the Roland Ratzenberger incident of '94 on the same weekend of the Senna incident. So it was altered, but don't get me wrong, it is still a fantastic racetrack despite the alterations. One of my personal favourites. There's Bidster trying to catch up. Who else we got here? So that's Blakeney and Lil in the background, not having the best of races. I know Keith is classified there, but he's unfortunately had a game glitch and wasn't able to get out of one of the menus as Stevie's run wide. Neil goes through to second place. Neil's looked into second. Stevie makes an error, and he was doing well up to then, but still makes an error, and unfortunately goes back down to 3rd place, and if he didn't make another mistake, this man, Flying Flapper, who's just coming into the chicane now, will be... Oh, no, he won't. He'll not be on it because he's spun round. Oh, dear. No, just commentator's curse. And then spins it back round, and then he's got to be careful because one of his mates, Footman, there we are, one of the new guys. He's going to be on his backside, I'm sure, soon. Especially if Flying Flapper makes another mistake like that. So into the bottom 2 corners, and there's Seek 1 with Jamo catching up to him. As we look a little bit more spread out now, so we've had the chaotic part of the race over and done with, but it's still got a few battles happening as TUI's now on the back of Footman. Footman takes a slight defensive line just in case TUI's going to take any... Oh, no, he's not. He's running wide. He's gone off into the gravel, run wide, off, and TUI moves up to 5th place, and Footman tries to recover and continue on his way. Our fastest lap so far is Neo Stig, and he got pole position, so good haul of points there. Another couple of points for Neo Stig, as Flying Flapper is on the move trying to catch Stevie after his couple of mistakes. So Stevie must have made another mistake because he's fallen even further back from Neil, so he must have made another mistake somewhere. They come down towards this beautiful section of corners, down a gear, and then down another couple of gears, and then make your way back up the hill as Stevie's run a bit wide there. Flying Flapper will be able to try and catch up on the overspeed. Well, I don't think he'll be close enough into the chicane to have a go, but if he can keep it clean through here, he might be close enough into the bottom couple of corners to have a lunge. And see it. Oh, now he gets too greedy on the power, and a little slide, and that's all it takes to lose another second or two. Got to be careful not to spin wheels up too much, as Jamo is still on the back of Seek 1 trying to gain 8th position. As Seek 1 makes a little mistake out of there, will Jamo have a look? He's looking to the left. Seek 1 defends, taking the defensive line into the chicane. Now who's going to be the bravest on the brakes into here? Seek 1 should have the racing line. They're more or less stopping, just being careful not to hit each other, and good racing there, fellas, and they're both back on the power at the same time, heading down the hill. Good driving by these two to go side by side through the chicane as they go down towards the last corner, and Seek 1's ahead, but is he going to outbrake himself? No, he gets the car stopped. Good move there by Seek 1. So very good driving of both of them two to go side by side through the chicane. You don't see that very often. As we rejoin Flying Flapper in his pursuit of Stevie. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, this is a 12-lap race. We're on lap 9, so still a few laps to go yet, so anything can happen. Jamo's still not done with Seek 1 yet. Will he have a lunge? Will he have a look? No. He pops his nose out, but then pops his nose back in, just to try and put Seek under a bit of pressure. Good veteran racer, Jamo. Been at it quite a while. He's very wise. And into the Villeneuve chicane. Oh, Seek 1 runs a bit wide. Jamo might be able to sense an opportunity here. Will he have a look at the inside? No, he backs out of it. Just again, poking his nose out there. Just to, put him under pressure, and Seek 1 loses it himself. Seek 1 loses it himself. Unlucky for Seek 1, spins the car back round. Beautiful handbrake turn there, and moves it back round. And continues on his way. Meanwhile, Flying Flapper still in the pursuit of Stevie. Don't want to be able to close up the gap too much. It's still more or less stayed the same for a couple of laps now. Meanwhile, Neo Stig's got a 20-second advantage on Neil Farmack out front. As we'll stick with this battle for now, Flying Flapper on the pursuit of Stevie, and then this man, TY behind. Now, just a little break. Well, we've got a break in proceedings, ladies and gentlemen. Unfortunately, the replay for the second race did not save, so unfortunately, I will not be able to commentate on that one. But don't worry, everything will be sorted out for the next race, the next 45-minute race next week. As Flying Flapper is a bit closer to Stevie now. He's wound it in a little bit. Oh, he's really wound it in. He's going aggressive on the curves. On the curbs, as Stevie defends. Stevie says, nope, you're not going to try it through there, sunshine, try something else. But he runs a bit wide in the process. Oh, careful, boys. as we go side by side up the hill, Flying Flapper gets the advantage on the speed as Stevie makes a little mistake, but Flying Flapper's on the correct side for the next corner, on the inside. Will he be able to keep it? Stevie's going to try and keep... No, he's got to give way. Flying Flapper takes third position. Takes good advantage of a little mistake there by Stevie, running a bit wide out the corner, and Flying Flapper is up to third position. Stevie down to fourth. Stevie's taking a little bit of a shortcut there, but he's not done it all the time, so we'll let him off with that one. As we go into the chicane, Flying Flapper defends, but he's not going to have a good run out if he's taking a defensive line. But no, we managed to find a good way out, so well done to Flying Flapper there for finding the traction at that corner and defending it well. As we go down towards the last few corners, there's not many of the battles on track, so we'll stick with this one for now. As we go through there, and just to let you know, Callum has retired from the race. Callum Banks has retired from the race. As we go with the battle for third position, down into Tamburello. Will TY have a look at Stevie for fourth? No, I think... Oh, Stevie's a bit hot in on the brakes though. Will TY be able to take advantage? He's right up behind Stevie now. And he's going to take a better line out. Will Stevie move across and defend? Yep, he's moving across a little bit on TY. Just to make sure he just defends that inside into Villeneuve. But he don't want to carry too much speed in, otherwise he's going to go too wide. But no, keeps it okay. He's not close enough. TY to have a move, so Stevie just keeps his normal line. Oh, Stevie's lost the back end. No, it was going so well for Stevie, and he just lost the back end. Now he's going to have to turn it around and get going again before this man Footman catches him. But I'm sure, yeah, Stevie's got going now. Yep, Stevie's got going, so unlucky there for Stevie. And there's Footman and there's Bidster in the background. So after a torrid race, he's still in 7th place. But anyway, there's Flying Flapper 3rd place, and not under as much pressure now. Still got TY behind him, but not as it's one car's better behind you than two. So as they exit the chicane, and there's Neo Stig on lap 12 on his last lap. There's Neil, 2nd place, only just crossing the line, 22-second advantage. Neil Stig's got over Neil there, so as Neil starts his last lap. Flying Flapper coming through with 3rd, 4th TY. Meanwhile, Bidster's right behind Footman. He wants another place. Bidster wants a 6th. Footman's and he's flashing his lights, putting him under pressure. Footman's saying, I'm not going to let you through that easy. I'm going to defend. I'm going to go this way. And as they go in, yep, Footman defends. Bidster's going to have to try and go around the outside or try some kind of different move into here. He's diving around a bit, trying to put him under pressure. No, he's lost the back end. No. White line, grass equals that. Bidster tries too hard. They were darting around trying to put him under pressure, and I think he must have just lost the balance of the car and then touched the grass and gone round. So unlucky for Bidster. After a dreadful race, it gets even worse. There's Flying Flapper, still got TY behind, so no rest for the wicked for Flying Flapper. As there comes Neo Stig out of the last corner, lagging like hell, but come out the last corner, he's going to win his first win, so well done to Neo Stig. And Neil is going to be hopefully going to be 2nd, unless he makes an error at this last corner, which I don't think Neil will do, because Neil is a good racer. Neil, and yep, Neil comes out the last corner. He's going to be 2nd. Flying Flapper is going to be 3rd, I think. She's pulled out a decent enough gap on TY. So there's Neil coming across the line in 2nd place. Well done to Neil, good 2nd place there. Flying Flapper is going to be 3rd. TY is going to be 4th. There he is in the blue car. And Stevie, good attempt by Stevie. He were up there. He just made a couple of mistakes that didn't help him out. So 5th place for Stevie. Flashes is the one light that still works. So well done to Stevie. Good race. And there's Footman, 6th place. Good result for him, and bids to 7th, and everyone else below 7th has finished already because they got, I think they got lapped. Or did they? Let's have a look. No, bids to 7th. Seat 1, no, here comes, no, they didn't. Seat 1 is going to be 8th. Good showing from Seat 1 here. A couple of little incidents he got involved in, but never mind. And Blakeney in the very, very battered Ginetta, and in 9th place. And Jamo in another second very battered Ginetta in 10th, and Lil in 11th place. Unfortunately, Callum and Keith are retirements. So there's your winner, Neo Stig, by 22 seconds. So unfortunately the second replay didn't save, so we'll see you next time for the 45-minute race on round 7. See you next time, guys.